guys, welcome back to my channel. I am live from my bed. I'm in my bed because I don't know, I just wanted like a different not scenery, because it's not like the best place to film a video, but my anxiety is already on 10 about making this video, so I'm just trying to make myself as comfortable as I can. Okay. Oh my god, I guess I can start. I'm gonna just jump right into it. I guess I can start when I first noticed that I may have had anxiety. Well, may have anxiety. So I don't remember or recall the first day when I just said, oh yeah, this is it. Like, this is definitely anxiety. It was something that happened like gradually. Ignore my one missing nail too, and that's probably distracting, but whatever. So okay, so I can tell you that I noticed signs in high school, and it got worse in college after a specific incident that happened to me. So in high school, when I first started to notice, I got really, and it's like so crazy because high school was so long ago. I was a senior in high school, and I just remember vividly like my boyfriend at the time wanting to go somewhere, or like even going like into a store, and I would say no, I don't want to go into the store, or like, oh no, I'll just stay at home, because like I can't remember the exact feelings I was feeling, but I know that I was just generally nervous for some reason, and I just don't know what like caused me to be that way. But that's like the first sign that I noticed. And then after that, when I went off to college, I was just generally like sad all the time. I was going through a lot with the situation that I was in with my boyfriend at the time. He was going to a different school. I was going to the school I was going to, which is NIU. And I feel like that, just going to different schools, I was kind of using him as a security blanket. He was someone that made me feel comfortable. So it's like when I didn't have that and I went to another school, like a new school where I didn't know a lot of people, it just really made me like shrink down. So I didn't really socialize my freshman year as much as I should have, but I just couldn't. Like, when people would talk to me, I would talk back, but I just didn't know how to carry on a conversation, if that makes sense. Like, I would just say things that would just try to end the conversation, not really ask questions. More so, I would just say, oh, okay, or like, yeah, that's crazy, or that's nice, and then that would just be it. So okay, see, this is why I feel like I suck at telling stories, because it's just like I want to talk about like different things and I'm just all over the place. Okay, so let me think, what should I talk about next with my anxiety? I guess I could talk about now before I tell you guys when I had my first panic attack. Actually, no, I'm gonna tell you that first, because that happened in college too. So like I said, I went through something traumatic. My boyfriend at the time, we had broke up, and it was very, very, very traumatizing for me. I would say I lost a ton of weight. I lost about, like, I think 50 pounds. People would ask me all the time, was I sick? I look sick and things like that. But I feel like I'm saying I'm a lot. Oh my gosh, because I'm just so nervous. But yeah, I had lost like a lot of weight. What else was I doing? I wasn't socializing. I was just weird. Like, I was very weird, and I went through a downward spiral, and I would just like try to stay in like my room all the time. And so that kind of piqued my anxiety a little bit more, because my freshman year, I didn't know how to speak to people. I was going through this my sophomore year, the breakup and things like that. And I didn't have really any friends. I had one friend, which she's still my friend today. Her name is Diana. And her sister, me and her sister were cool too. Devana, they're twins. So I had them, but as far as anyone else, I didn't talk to people. So whenever I remember, they would like, so I have different, I'm not crazy, guys. I have different personalities though. So we'll get into that another day. And my boyfriend, like now, he will tell you that I have different personalities. I really do. So this personality in particular did not want to do anything. Like my anxiety, like I said, was peaked. So whenever they would like ask me to like go out, it would always be no. So it's just like, I wonder if they like started to like not even want to ask me to come out because they knew the answer would be no. And then my junior year came and I got a position. This was my junior year. Okay, so let me start the first semester. So my first semester, I was staying in a upperclassman dorm on my campus, and I had a roommate. So me and my roommate, we were just different. We didn't really talk. She would go out with her friends, and it would just suck because I would just be in my room literally like all day, still not socializing. And look, I'm a junior in college. Like I should have had like, tons of friends, things, and then all of the stuff going on. But no, I was not like that. And then my second semester junior year, that's when basically everything changed. So that is, I had already lost the weight, so I became more confident in myself because I literally felt like I was super fat. Like before that, I was almost like 200 pounds. So it was really, really tough. And so once I got this position as a CA, I had to work with people, with other students basically. So this was like one of the best things that happened to me because naturally, eventually, you're gonna make friends with these people if you work with them. So that's exactly what happened. I became friends with a lot of other, they were called CAs, we were called CAs. I became friends with them. I started going out a lot more and things like that, and just being more myself. So whenever Deanna and Devana would hit me up about going somewhere, like I was down to go now. So I had met a lot of more people my junior year of college. So with that came another level of anxiety because I feel like I still never healed fully from the situation that happened to me, and I started to experience PTSD. And I feel like my PTSD stemmed from the breakup and another situation that I was going through. I did an internship. I was there for I think about a month. It was just something that I did not want to do, somewhere I did not want to be. I felt like I didn't connect with the people. I felt like they didn't like me. So when I came back, it was just like really traumatizing for me. Like I don't know why, but it was just so traumatizing because I guess I just felt like so left out and just like alone again. So then when I came back to school after that summer doing that internship, I had PTSD off the roof. Like I would be triggered by seeing certain people because I thought I would see people on the campus that were at my internship, and it was just so bad. Like it was so bad. Like, and I would just have PTSD in general, like just not trying to run into my ex because at that time he was already transferred to my school. He transferred sophomore year. So I already had like PTSD about running into him because it was a very small campus and things like that. So I would always like be on edge, just not like just weary of going to certain areas and certain places because I felt like, I would run into this person. And then when I did, it was just a mess. So this is leading up to my first panic attack. So I had a couple of run-ins with my ex during like previous semesters or whatever. So yeah, it was shocking. I was, nervous and things like that because I hadn't seen him, in so long. And it's like when I do see him, it's just like, okay, we don't talk at all. So it's kind of like awkward. So my first panic attack happened, I believe this was my senior year, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe my junior year, I don't know. But I was just so happy because I had not seen this person on campus or anywhere else like for a while. So this is when my life was starting to get better, and this is when I feel like my anxiety was slowing down, even though I had anxiety in different ways. So then I was so excited about starting like my classes and I was just feeling like so fresh. So I'm in class and I'm just doing just waiting for class to start. This was the first day of class. Y'all, guess who walked in the door? My ex. So this was the first time I had ever experienced anything like this. My body literally shut down and it felt like I could not control anything. I couldn't control my breathing. I was sweating so much. I feel like I couldn't even move. Like, some people tell you about like sleep paralysis. It was like that, but I was awake. And I was so stiff. Like, I was so hot. And it was not even just like a nervous hot. Like, my whole bodily function just changed. Like, it was a panic attack. Like, I couldn't stop my heart from pounding. I was sweating. Never sweated so much at one time in my life. And I remember I was just frozen. And eventually, I snapped out of the frozenness, and I think I got up and went to the bathroom or something. And I even contemplated on dropping the class because it was so bad, and I had never, ever, ever felt that way. But me being the person that I am, I try to be strong. I try not to give people satisfaction of making me uncomfortable or anything like that. So I told myself, this is a very awkward situation. You don't communicate with this person. This is a person that has caused you so much anxiety over these past few like months or whatever, but you can do this. And I told myself, you can do it. So I stayed in the class. I got through it. It was very awkward on so many occasions. I feel like it made me like a stronger person at the end of the day, because I did not like give up, and like I just didn't give up. Like, I didn't quit the class. Like, I stayed, and I'm just so proud of myself for that, because I'm just glad that I was able to be strong in a situation like that. And then, so as far as my anxiety now it's kind of different, because it's not something that's every day. And I have people have told me something like things, like different things that was so rude, like, oh, you're pretty, how could you have anxiety? And it's just like, what? Like, what does being attractive or quote unquote pretty have to do with someone like having anxiety? I never understood that. Whatever. The sun is like setting, guys. I'm gonna try to put in some more sunlight, so 1 second. Okay, this is better. So yeah, so I just thought that was like super rude, because I didn't tell them like, okay, you're being rude, because I mean, obviously, they probably saw it as a compliment, but you never truly know what people are going through in their lives and things like that. And so for me, like I said, I do have different personalities. So if you talk to 5 different people, they might tell you, they might have 5 different perceptions of me, because I am not the same with everybody. Some people, I feel like I can naturally be myself around. I can, crack jokes, be funny. And then it's other people that I meet and I'm just a complete mute. So when I go through that, it's the worst thing in the world, because it's like, I know I'm a cool person. I know, you know, I can be a fun person, but it's just something about me and this other person that just makes me clam up, if that makes sense, and not, you know, be myself really. So anxiety affects me in so many ways, like now, because sometimes I feel like when I meet people, it takes me about a lot a lot of times, like, of me talking to them to let them even see a glimpse of my personality. And like I said, it sucks. It does suck because I just want to be the same person with everybody, but I cannot do that. And so how I handle it, I try, well, nowadays, well, now it's COVID, quarantine. I haven't been socializing anyway. So I feel like I'm just going to be a mess when it's time to go back to the, you know, the real world and talk to people again. But now, like, when I meet people, I try to read them in a sense. So, like, because I don't know, I just try to read people's personalities because I don't want to be too goofy around somebody who I feel like is like more serious, and it's just like awkward. So I try to like read people, try to figure out, you know, what's the best personality that I want to show them. And I feel like that's different than what I did in the past, because in the past I was just clam up when, you know, anyone would talk to me. And then it just over time got better. Okay. And then also another thing, when I have anxiety, I stiff up. Like, okay, I stiff up my whole neck, like my arms. I literally move like the Tin Man. So whenever I'm in a situation and I'm very like uncomfortable and very nervous, you would see me moving stiff. And I don't know if anyone's ever noticed it, but I can definitely feel it. Like, I'll turn my head like this. I'll move like that. And it's just so embarrassing, but it's just something that just naturally happens to my body because the anxiety just takes over. But oh my God, like, I try my best to like relax, but like, I'll be grabbing my spoon like this. And then like just bringing it back like all stiff and weird. Like, oh my God, people probably think I'm freaking nuts. But yeah, some people do know I have anxiety, so they are patient with me, but other people don't. So it's like when I'm acting like that, they'll probably think like, what's wrong with this girl or whatever. So, but yes, I do not take any medication for my anxiety. I do not want to. I don't feel like that's something that I want to commit to. That's definitely like a last choice thing. I definitely don't want to do that. But yeah, it just sucks. Like, I feel like it's held me back from a lot of stuff. And you know, I've also heard like, how can you have anxiety when you did X, Y, and Z? Because I was like super involved in high school. I was on like the dance team. I was like the yearbook editor and things like that, in art club. And in college, I did like a lot of other various things, a lot of leadership positions and stuff like that too. But it's just like sometimes like I just have to tell myself, you know, and I can see why people wouldn't think that, you know, if you truly have anxiety, you know, you couldn't do this, but everyone's different. Like, everyone's level of anxiety is different. And I feel like I'm able to do those things because I push myself to do them. I try not to go back to that position that I was in, like my freshman and sophomore year of college, where I would just, you know, sit in my room all day, not try to interact, not try to join anything. And I did not want to be like that. So it's literally just like a pushing thing for me. Like, I have to push myself to do stuff. And so yeah, so that's why I'm able to do all of these things, and you know, still, and also my personalities play a part too, because yeah, like, because sometimes I'm not like shy at all. Like, sometimes my anxiety is just not there, and it's just like, okay, I'm down for whatever. You can tell me anything, you can bring me anybody, I'll make friends with everybody, whatever. But it's not like that all the time, and I wish it was. But you just have to catch me on a good day, like literally. But like I said, that's why I'm able to do majority of the things that I do. I was even on TV once. I was on the Judge Mathis show. So and I know some people with anxiety probably wouldn't be able to do that. They'd be like, hell no, I'm not being on TV. Like, get that camera out my face. But no, I was all for it. So I was just in a good mood that day apparently. But yeah, so that's just a little bit about my anxiety. Yeah, that's it.